Okay, we're back to video number 4 of chapter 6. Workman's comp insurance expense. This is something that I may incur as an expense that I actually have to pay. So this is also something that might actually happen and I may have to pay it. I'll even have its own account for that. It's not quite like the others, but very similar. So on the next slide, we're going to talk about what happens when I actually pay the money that I withheld as an employer from your paycheck. Okay, so this is from the examples we showed earlier. When I get ready to actually pay the money, the Social Security, now remember this represented you, the employee's portion, and me, the employer's portion. The same with this. This was both your portion and my portion. And then any FIT payable, okay? So this is all federal money. FIT is federal income tax. So I will credit cash and I will debit the payable account, which will then leave the payable accounts at a zero balance. The state income tax has to be sent differently to the state. And the bottom line is, this is what I tell my accounting 1A. If I'm spending money, I always credit it. So here I'm crediting cash because I'm going to be sending checks for the SUTA, for the SIT, that type of stuff to the actual governments. And then I will debit the payable accounts. Sometimes I have to make what we call end of period adjustments. And this, if you remember, if you took accounting 1A in the adjusting entries in the accounting cycle, this is kind of what this talks about. These are adjusting entries, okay? And we also would have one for vacation earned. So these are some other journal entries that might have to happen. And finally, let's talk about everything we did here. We looked at how we have to record payroll in the registers and put them in the employee earnings records. They have to be up to date. We have to analyze the various deductions. Then we have to journalize. The biggest part of this chapter is journalizing, and that is probably the hardest thing for most students to do. But I have confidence in you that you can do it, and I will share with you my rules of debit and credit. I will make sure they're up there for this particular chapter. Thank you for listening.